You already know, July 20th, we're going to see the legendary Manny Pacquiao versus Keith, one-time Thurman, the WBA super welterweight champion of the world. Man, I can't wait. I'm so excited about this fight. People don't take no vacations on that day. I'm telling you, it's going to be the fight of the year. And the thing that I'm most excited about is that we might see the Keith Thurman that we've been waiting for. That we might see the Keith Thurman we've been clamoring for. We may see the Keith Thurman that we've been missing. And who is that Keith Thurman? Man, the Don't Duck Me Thun Keith Thurman. You know what I'm talking about. The Don't Duck Me Thun. I am coming for you, Keith Thurman. I'm talking about I ain't afraid to let it go. If you could beat me, Keith Thurman. I'm talking about I want the world of boxing, Keith Thurman. That's the Keith Thurman that's going to show up on July 20th. I got a great feeling. That's the Keith Thurman that's going to show up. That's the Keith Thurman that needs to show up to propel himself to beat the legend Manny Pacquiao, to propel himself to not only beat Manny Pacquiao, but to also change the narrative of this hype between Errol Spence versus Bill Crawford. We need to see that Keith Thurman in the biggest stage, pay-per-view, Las Vegas, Nevada. That's what we need to see. And of course, we all know what Manny Pacquiao is going to brings to the table. We all know he fights that one way, and he only fights an exciting way. He goes after it. It don't matter. He already lost. He already been slept. He already been through everything in boxing. He is not scared of nothing. He is not scared of death. And that's the type of person that Keith Thurman is going to get in the ring. And the only type of person that's going to beat this Manny Pacquiao is going to be that type of Keith Thurman, the hungry Keith Thurman, the Thurman that we all fell in love with, Keith Thurman, before the hype of Errol Spence, before the hype of Bud Crawford, before any other hype in the welterweight division, when it was only Manny Pacquiao and was only Floyd Mayweather. We thought there was one man that could match up to them, only one man that had a chance athletically in the ring with Floyd Mayweather. I'm talking about this era. The only man that we saw that could beat Manny Pacquiao. We saw it. If you look at the Manny Pacquiao after the Manny Pacquiao fight and the Floyd Mayweather fight, there was one name in this era that they mentioned. Go ahead, go listen to Roy Jones Jr. Go listen to that interview, and there was one guy that they mentioned from this era, and that was Keith one-time Thurman. They ain't mention no Bud Crawford. They ain't mention no Dennis Garcia. They ain't mention no Sean Porter. They only mention of this era, Keith one-time Thurman. That's how high he was. That's how he respected he was. And I know in a couple of years, and a lot of publications and a lot of media outlet has disrespected, has discredited Keith Thurman, had his layoff. He's been gone. A lot of people forgotten about him because people got tired. People don't want to see the sometime Keith Thurman. People don't want to see the runtime Keith Thurman and things of that nature. We know what we want to see. And Keith Thurman knows who he needs to be coming July 20th. Versus Manny Pacquiao. Now, what y'all think? Do you think that the Keith Thurman of the recent Keith Thurman, I'm talking about the Keith Thurman after 8th round of the Danny Garcia fight, the Keith Thurman of the 7th round versus Josecito Lopez, do you think that Keith Thurman is going to propel himself to beat Manny Pacquiao? Or do you think that Keith Thurman needs to be the Keith Thurman that I just mentioned so he could beat Manny Pacquiao, the legend, and not only beat him in this 12 decision fight? I know and understand that a win is a win. But Keith Thurman needs a great performance. If it goes 12 rounds, they got to be great. If a stoppage, he's going to send shockwaves into the boxing world, right back into their souls, and make them realize what they have forgotten. Make them realize that who is the #1 welterweight of the world, that he never lost it. He never lost his position, that he has earned the right resume, accomplished belts, things of that nature, experience, longest reign welterweight champion today is Keith one-time Thurman. But we want to see, and I believe we're going to see, the Keith one-time Thurman that we first loved, that we grew to love, that we said, this is going to be the next guy. This is the next. Oh, yeah. Yeah, let me know what Keith Thurman is going to show up. And if the Keith Thurman that shows up, the one that we love, What's going to happen in the welterweight division? Is he going to change the narrative right back to the Keith Thurman as being number one? Is he going to change the narrative of Bud Crawford going to First Take, saying the same thing that he said a couple of years ago when he said that Keith Thurman is the man to beat, that is not Errol Spence, the eye test. He was telling Stephen A. Smith, you better check the eyes, the collide. Where Errol Spence also was on First Take saying, Keith one-time Thurman is my fight. These people know who's the legacy fighter in the welterweight division. Kudos to Manny Pacquiao for going after Keith Thurman, because he knows, and he said it in an interview with Yahoo, that Keith Thurman is the number one welterweight, the number one 147-pounder in the division of the world. Manny Pacquiao knows he's going straight to the top. He's going to the guy that's most accomplished in the welterweight division. But it's the time. It's time to pass the torch, or it's not. Is it time to pass the torch, or the legacy of Manny Pacquiao continues? And then what happened to Keith Thurman? Is he gonna is he gonna retire like a lot of people gonna think? Is he just in it for the money like people gonna think? I don't think so. I don't think Keith Thurman is the type that's about money. If you look how he lived, you look at his lifestyle, you look how he carried himself. Oh no, man, he's just an average Joe. He lives like an average Joe. That don't faze him. Money don't faze him. The soul, the spirit phrases. Keith one-time Thurman goes by that. He don't go by no materialistic stuff. He ain't materialistic. Never been that type. He don't walk around that type. I'm going to tell you, this is going to be an exciting fight. I'm going to tell you, they're going to lay down the line. But like I said, the Don't Duck Me Fun, I am coming for you, Keith Thurman, is going to show up July 20th. If Manny Pacquiao, are you ready to hang him up? Or are you ready to show the world that you are, and you are still, the freak of nature of the sport of boxing?